Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Mirror World News. October 10th, 5:17 America, New York. Belarus dictator in vile, dirty hands. Threat sends troops as Russia hits back at Ukraine. Alexander Lukashenko agreed with Vladimir Putin on the deployment of a joint regional group of troops, due to the aggravation on the western border. Mirror World News.
October 10th, 5:07 America, New York. First pictures of innocent victims in Crimean bridge attack to humiliate Putin. Eduard Chuchikin, 53, and Zoya Safronova, 33, died on the spot of the Kerch Bridge explosion. As experts believe, foreign special services were involved in this terrorist act.
New York Times World News.
October 10th, 5 o'clock America, New York. In face of drought, the Netherlands reserves course to save water. As climate change dries out Europe, the Netherlands, a country long shaped by its overabundance of water, is suddenly confronting drought. A cargo barge on the severely depleted Rhine River at Lobeth, the Netherlands, in August, when the river's discharge hit a record low.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy.
October 10th, 4:48 America, New York. Exclusive. Senate candidate Blake Masters vows showdown over Biden's border chaos. Senate candidate Blake Masters said if Arizona voters elect him, he's prepared to shut down the government to force President Biden to reverse course on his border policies.
Washington Post World.
October 10th, 4:46 America, New York. Gunfire, blasts in western Iran amid Mahsa Amini protests. The sound of apparent gunshots and explosions have echoed through the streets of a western Iranian city at the epicenter of protests over the death of a 22-year-old woman.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy.
October 10th, 4 o'clock America, New York. Live updates. Russia-Ukraine war. Kyiv, Ukraine. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko says that there are casualties and damage to several objects of critical infrastructure as a result of strikes on the Ukrainian capital on Monday.
Mirror World News. October 10th, 3:41 America, New York. Terrifying moment. BBC's Ukraine broadcast interrupted by major Russian explosions. During a morning broadcast covering recent developments in Ukraine, the BBC's Hugo Bachaga was interrupted by Russia's missile attack on the capital of Kyiv.
Fox World News.
October 10th, 2:28 America, New York. Kyiv suffers explosions from apparent missile strikes. 2 explosions hit Ukraine's capital of Kyiv early Monday in what appears to be the result of missile strikes. No casualties have been reported so far.
BBC News World.
October 10th, 2:17 America, New York. Thai nursery. CNN apologizes for entering site of deadly attack. The news organization had aired footage from inside the building where 23 children were killed.
BBC News World. October 10th, 2:06 America, New York. Ukraine war. BBC journalist ducks as explosions hit central Kyiv. Hugo Bachaga delivers a news report as several explosions happen in the center of Ukraine's capital. BBC News World.
October 10th, 1:51 America, New York. North Korea says missile launches were nuclear attack simulation on South. Pyongyang made its claim as intelligence suggests it is preparing to hold a nuclear weapons test.
New York Times World News.
October 10th, 1:46 America, New York. North Korea says it is building underwater nuclear weapon silos. The country's leader, Kim Jong-un, has inspected a recent flurry of missile tests, vowing to increase, and never give up, his nuclear weapons. A photograph provided by North Korean state media this week showed the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, monitoring a missile launch at an undisclosed location.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
October 10th, 1:39 America, New York. Several explosions heard in Kyiv following sound of incoming missiles. Large explosions have been reported in Ukraine's capital Kyiv following the sound of incoming missiles. Pick, J. Beecher.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy.
October 10th, 1:39 America, New York. Explosions rock multiple Ukrainian cities, including Kyiv. Explosions on Monday rocked multiple cities across Ukraine, including missile strikes on the capital Kyiv for the first time in months.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
October 10th, 1:09 America, New York. China thanks Elon Musk for Taiwan tweet. But Taipei insists, our freedom is not for sale. China's ambassador to the U.S. has thanked Elon Musk for his suggestions on the future of Taiwan but reiterated Beijing's call for peaceful reunification for the island. Elon Musk.
New York Times World News. October 10. 1 o'clock America, New York, your Monday briefing. Repercussions from an attack on the bridge between Crimea and Russia.